the outlook for the guys who, prognosis, I guess, for the other guys who are out. Obviously, we know THT and Trevor, but are any of those, more serious than kind of your daily aches and pains? And would you expect Talon and Trevor to be the only guys you're missing on opening night? Or?
Well, we'll see. We're hopeful that K9 and Malik will be back, but we'll see. We'll have to see how they progress over the next 6 days. Wayne actually, his MRI revealed a strain in his hamstring as well, grade 1. Still in the reevaluated in a week time frame. He's still possible to dress open night, but he could potentially not be in there. But we'll have to see how all three of those guys progress over the next week.
Saw Malik after practice doing some stuff with Phil and DeAndre. How much is he participating right now?
Well, we didn't do anything but walk through stuff today, so he's just getting some movement on it with some post-practice shooting.
He's going to come up again as he's been coming up, but Austin Reeves has played kind of in this sort of void. He did it with the ones yesterday. How did those minutes look on film for a young player kind of thrust into that spot?
Well, with that preface for a young player, getting his first taste, he's played exceptionally well. To the point where we trust him being in there, to be in the right spot, to make the right decisions with the basketball, take the right shots, make the right plays, and he's had a great preseason. So obviously we have a lot of depth at that position. That doesn't necessarily mean he will be in there, but he's played well and has earned a lot of our trust.
You saw Melo with the starters yesterday. What did you think of that? And I guess more of a big picture thing. For a player kind of later in his career, is it easier to shuttle a guy like that in and out of the starting lineup, or is it best just to say, this is what I want from you, let's keep it simple? Yeah,
well, we're likely going to settle into hopefully a consistent starting lineup. But we just want to give it a few different looks in the preseason. And, he's going to help us whether we use him off the bench or in the starting lineup. He's just a good basketball player. He's playing, obviously he's transitioned over the last few years, his game. And I thought what we saw in the third quarter with him, really committing to the floor spacing and knocking down threes, I think that's going to be his biggest value with this team. But whether he comes off the bench or starts, it really doesn't matter. He's going to be a factor for us.
With Rondo, he had a couple lobs to AD last night, and AD was saying, that's Rondo, and he and I have that chemistry that we've had for a couple of years. How much do you kind of see his presence on the floor as motivating for AD personally and kind of getting the best out of him?
Yeah, I don't know if it's about motivation as much as, he just has an ability to set up AD, and they have a two-man chemistry like very few two-man combos that I've ever witnessed. They just have a special chemistry with one another. So I don't know if it's necessarily about motivating him. They just have a great timing and familiarity.
What's the plan for LeBron, Russ, AD, all to play tomorrow?
Yep.
DJ.
Yeah, final dress rehearsal. I don't know if we'll go the whole game, but they will be in there again. Playing significant minutes. To use another night to try to, catch a rhythm.
Would you start the same line?
I don't know yet how I'm going to start, but those guys will play.
Johan.
Hey Frank, I'm on Zoom.
What's up, Johan?
He has 20 free throw attempts over his past 2 games, and he's coming off last season where it was the second fewest free throw attempts per game. I'm curious what you've seen from him in terms of his aggression, playing closer to the basket, and just drawing contact.
Yeah, well, I just think last year was more of an anomaly, and this year he's returned to playing his style of basketball. He can get to the line in so many different ways. I think 2 games is a really short sample size, so we'll have to see how it progresses. But, the more aggressive he is, attacking the basket off the bounce, running the floor and sealing as the first big, crashing the boards, rolling hard to the basket, all those things create free throw opportunities, and, that's when he's at his best.